Jarrett will start from the pole on our UPS starting grid alongside Jeff Gordon, three-time winner here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And we'll have our UPS cam on board riding with Dale Jarrett today.
Todd Bodine is starting in the third position, and I'll tell you, Todd has never run bad here in anything, car or Busch car or Winston Cup.
Mark Martin, 2 of his 32 career wins have come here at Atlanta.
Row 3, Kevin Harvick. Jeremy Mayfield missed driver introductions. He goes to the back of the field.
Yeah, I was going to say some nice things about Jeremy, but Jeremy, you got to go to those meetings, buddy.
Dave Blaney and Jimmy Spencer. A couple of hot rods in row 4. Good run again for Blaney. Spencer had a shot at the pole. Row 5.
Rusty Wallace, 2-time winner here at Atlanta, one of his best qualifying positions in a long time here.
There's our Miller Lite on board with Rusty Wallace. And Michael Waltrip, Daytona 500 champion. Our Napa onboard camera will be there for Michael Waltrip.
Clean them tires up, Mikey.
Row 6.
Sterling Marlin, and I believe he's going to win a race in that Dodge, and it might be today.
Ward Burton still looking for his first top finish this year.
Ron Hornaday finished a strong 9th last week in Las Vegas, and you'll be seeing these views from Hornaday's Conseco onboard camera.
Teammates have won. Michael Park, I believe it could be time for Dale Jr. to pick him up a win.
And there's the Bud Cam on board Dale Earnhardt Jr. Johnny Benson, 4th last week in Las Vegas.
Texas Terry Labonte has started 46 consecutive races here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
I'm looking for my friend. I'm looking for one of my rowdy friends, and maybe this is the one, Bill Elliott, to have a good day.
Ricky Rudd, the Texaco Haviland on board, the 1987 race winner here. And Bill Elliott, who leads all active drivers with 5 Atlanta Motor Speedway victories. Brett Bodine has a pair of top 10 finishes here.
Ken Schrader has been a long time since he saw victory lane, but did win here in 1991. Mike Skinner leading with 20 laps to go. A year ago, engine blew up.
And the Lowe's onboard camera riding with Mike Skinner today. Steve Park, your Rockingham winner back in row 16.
And me and the odds makers, we know what we're talking about. Keep your eyes on that 18 car, boys.
Kurt Busch, the rookie, career best 11th last week at Las Vegas. And we'll have the Home Depot onboard camera riding with Tony Stewart today.
Jeff Burton still struggling in qualifying, but has 5 top 5 finishes here at Atlanta.
Elliott Sadler back in row 20, 10th in the point standings for the Wood brothers. The rest of the provisional starters include Kenny Wallace, Robbie Gordon, and Ricky Craven. 3 drivers missed driver introductions: Robbie Gordon, Jeremy Mayfield, and Kurt Busch. They will go to the tail end of the field.
And all of them are, you know, a couple of them, Jeremy and Busch, are both right up there, so that's a big blow to them.
It's reported Jeremy Mayfield is ill and was ill in his motorhome. That's why he missed driver introduction.
Man, why didn't somebody tell me? I could have been. Guys, can y'all do without me? He might need a relief driver.
325 laps, $3.2 million, including postseason award money. And the pit window today?
60 to 65 laps. Little question, do they want to stretch those tires that far the first run, but they can go this far on fuel.
Well, as Willard Scott might have told us when he fired up those engines, it's a nice day here in Atlanta.
59 degrees, the hottest it's been, but this is the one we're going to keep track of over the day. The sun's out, that track temperature is just going to keep coming up. Racetrack's going to keep getting slicker, harder to get a hold of.
Now, the cars that did not qualify for this race. Casey Atwood missed his first Winston Cup race. Rick Mast in the Hal Hicks Chevy, and Carl Long driving his own number 85 did not make the show. And throw in an extra pace lap. As you know, every race this season, to honor the memory of Dale Earnhardt, we will be silent on the 3rd lap of the race. We're hoping for the first time it will be a green flag lap. And the Speedway has joined us here at Atlanta Motor Speedway on the 3rd lap of this race. They will release 7,000 balloons, 1,000 for each of Earnhardt's Winston Cup championships, and they will ask each of the fans, some 135,000, to hold up 3 fingers in a silent salute during lap 3. In a lap, we'll be racing at what is now NASCAR's fastest track because its 2 longest tracks, Daytona and Talladega, they use restricted engines.
Talked to a few of these guys this morning, and they're all getting they don't really like this happy hour. It could be called brunch now because they're having it about noontime. They would like to have gotten back on a racetrack after the Busch race yesterday. The groove has moved all the way out next to the wall, and they didn't have it that way when they got the practice.
Look how much corner there is here and how short a straightaway.
Man, let me tell you, you got a 1/4 mile of straightaway. That's all you got. You got a 1.25 miles of turn all the way around there. That's what makes this thing so fast. Get back in the gas way over here, come all the way back over to the first turn before you ever lift. You're going to be doing 200 miles an hour when you run down into turn 1, and it is breathtaking.
See these suites here? This was the front straightaway. This was the start-finish line. In 1997, instead of tearing all that down and replacing it, this is now the back straightaway. And what was the backstretch with no seats or suites has been totally reconfigured as the front straightaway.
Well, I like the suites, but I wish they'd have left the track alone. Because once they changed it, it changed everything.
Since they reconfigured this racetrack, Bobby Labonte and Jeff Gordon have been the men to beat.
Well, Bobby Labonte, I'm telling you, he's going to be fun to watch. He won't blow through the field. He'll ease his way up through there. But before this day's over with, you'll be saying, where did he come from? Just like we did at Rockingham.
Fans at the ready, we hope you're at the ready with NASCAR on Fox getting set for round 4 of the Winston Cup Series.
Pace cars off, boys. Reach up and pull on them belts one more time. Come to the green flag.
Feet. Here we go, guys. It's going to be a big one.
Green flag. We're racing in Atlanta.
Good clean start. Everybody got away. Nobody wobbling, bobbling, or anything.
Three wide behind Dale Jarrett.
Right off the bat, we go 3 wide down the back.
Look at Harvick at 29. What a little hot rod he is.
Well, he's got 300 miles of practice. He was out there all day yesterday, so he kind of knows what to expect.
And he comes up for 2nd place to Dale Jarrett in lap 1.
That Hendrick horsepower is pulling him down that front straightaway, though. And I'm sure he'll probably give Jeffy a little room to get down in there.
There, we'll see him running even 3 and 4 grooves up the racetrack. Harvick gets a real good run off turn 2 right there. But when the tires are fresh, got good grip, they'll tend to want to run around the bottom of this racetrack.
Everybody's just kind of feeling their car out right now. Low air pressure. Track's a little dirty from setting overnight.
Todd Bodine hunting a hole in between those 2 cars. It's not there, not quite wide enough. Todd.
Oh, trouble, guys. Jerry Nadeau. Jerry Nadeau. Here they go through the grass.
Got Robert Presley sliding through the infield there in the 77. Gets stopped before he gets to the pits. Kevin Harvick on the outside here, going into turn 1, trying to get that lead from Dale Jarrett. An 88 car gets a good run up off the corner right there, Darrell.
He did, and boy, Jarrett had to.
Look at Jeff Gordon all the way to the bottom.
Jarrett seemed like he had a problem coming up out of that turn, and I think that the 29 car messed the air up over his spoiler and caused him to get loose.
Kevin Harvick, 25 years old, out of Bakersfield, California, expected to run the whole Busch Series this year, and he will. He'll also run the whole Winston Cup season.
You know, something it always amazes me is how hard these guys will race right from the green flag. It's like, let's get in line, let's get settled down a little bit. They start 3-widening it and pushing and banging into each other as soon as the flag comes out.
Here comes Sterling Marlin in that number 40 Dodge. He's wasted no time working to the front. He started 12th. And Todd Bodine, who picked up another top 5 finish, though not a win yesterday. Todd in that 66 right up there.
And he did it in that groove. He was running right there, about 2 lanes up the racetrack yesterday.
Some of those guys running the race yesterday, Michael, Todd, and a couple others, Harvick, they're all going to be looking for that top groove because that's what was working yesterday.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. will bump and run on Ron Hornaday there.
Very impatient. That's all I can tell you. They're all impatient. I don't know where they think they're going. I mean, we got 3.5 hours of racing here, guys. Come on, keep the fenders on them anyway. Back up front, Jeff Gordon draws a bead on Kevin Harvick.
car Kevin Harvick is driving, the 29 car. That was a brand new car in November. Dale Earnhardt finished second here in Atlanta in the fall race.
You know, that's got to be, golly, that's got to be a thrill, driving that car, leading the race, and only his third start in that car. I mean, this kid is for real.
I think so far, Darrell, he's met everyone's expectation and then some.
Oh, he's exceeded mine. I thought that the pressure of jumping in that car and having to work with a Winston Cup team for the first time, it might be more than the young guy was ready for. But let me tell you, he's got all 6 barrels loaded.
And those two are getting away from the third place battle. Also, Mark Martin on the move, pulling up on Joe Nemechek. This is for 7th place.
This could be a Mark Martin racetrack. A lot of guys are going to have to go to the top. He'll hang around the bottom. And there goes the 40 and the 66 right there. And the 93, they got a good race going right here for 4th place.
What keeps happening right here, Sterling running the bottom group in the 40 car, but Todd Bodine gets that run off the corner on the high side, gets the lead back before they get to the next corner.
So Todd vaults to 3rd place.
See that 40 car lunge forward? He just gets back into gas a little quicker, but he runs out of room.
Look at Dave Blaney in the 93 car right there. He's going to take advantage of these guys racing side by side.
UPS cam on board Dale Jarrett right behind them.
Surprisingly, Dale Jarrett on the start jumped way out there, but he's had to work his way back up after that last restart.
All right, this is coming off turn 2, looking out Dale Jarrett's car. See 8,300, 8,400, 186, almost 187 miles an hour, off the throttle just a little bit. Bam! Right back in the gas right there.
Wide open from right there all the way back around to here. That's where you run the thing wide open.
Running 160 miles an hour in the middle of the corner off the throttle.
Off the throttle. And they know it, then you wonder why it takes a brave young man to run this joint.
On the point, Kevin Harvick, the rookie. Right behind him, the man who's trying to extend his win streak to 2, Jeff Gordon. There is the gap back to the 3rd place car. It's almost 2 seconds.
One of the guys I drove for one time, I asked him, how do you pick a driver? He said, I like a driver in his late 29s or early 30s.
Bobby Labonte sneaking underneath Kyle Petty. Remember, Labonte started back in 34th position. Right now they're battling for 23rd.
Imagine that. I talked to Bobby. The reason I talk about him so much, I talked to him this morning. He was in the pre-race show down at Hollywood Hotel. And he was telling me, he said, watch me, DW, I'm going to be good today. You can put your money on me.
How about Ricky Craven in the 32 car right there? Started dead last, already worked his way up to 25th. Right on the bottom of the racetrack.
That team has had some impressive runs. I mean, the run he had at Rockingham, he did have an oil leak problem there at Las Vegas, but he looks good again today.
On board the Home Depot cam with Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte's teammate.
I talked to Greg Cimpadelli, Tony Stewart's crew chief, and he had the same comments as so many crew chiefs had. It's like we can get the thing turning good in turn 2. Front end biting, but it's too loose in 3 and 4. If we get it tightened up in 3 and 4, it won't turn in turn 2.
Well, see, that's what I've been trying to tell you. That's what I tried to tell my crew chief. They said, how can that be? I said, I don't know. You fix it.
Jimmy Spencer on the move.
I love it when the crew chiefs say, tell me what it's doing. Tell me what it's doing. I'll fix it. Then you tell them, they say, well, what? I don't understand that.
And here from the Pfizer Viagra cam, Mark Martin trying to pull down on Spencer, but he's got Joe Nemechek gathering ground on the outside.
Nemechek, our winner from yesterday's race, and he's right up there where he was yesterday.
Look how soon he was back in the throttle. How much that car lunged right there.
Whoa, don't look back. Man.
Now they've got company. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Rusty Wallace have caught them. Back up front, Gordon for now seems content to pace himself with Kevin Harvick.
Just on a little Sunday drive.
Here in Atlanta, pit stops have begun. Brett Bodine has been in. Jeff Gordon remains out front over Kevin Harvick, Sterling Marlin, Matt Kenseth up to 4th, and 5th place Dale Jarrett.
Yeah, he's starting to lap some of the cars at the back of the field. These guys here.
How about Jerry Nadeau was in that first spin while ago in the 25 car. He's already moved back up to 17th position there, going underneath Ricky Rudd, the 28 car. Didn't really hit nothing when he spun. Come back in, got 4 tires, back out there, at it again.
But I think that's the key, Larry. It's the 4 tires. Even though that was 4 or 5 laps into the race, he got 4 tires on. He's got 4 or 5, maybe 6 laps advantage on some of these other cars.
And I talked to his substitute crew chief, Gordon Gibbs, because Tony Furr, he's got a few more races before he can come back after that suspension at Daytona. This is the same car they won with in November, but he said we just, like Greg Cianfrocco and Tony Stewart, we just can't get the balance between the 2 ends of the racetrack.
Well, I tell you right now, he got off of turn 4 real well, and he passed 3 cars in one swoop there. So they're going to the front. He's running around the bottom. Looks like the car's handling good. He's not fighting with it. Got his hands nice and smooth. He just waiting for John Andretti. Thank you for letting me by, John. See you later.
Nadu, the most recent of 4 drivers to pick up their first Winston Cup victory on this speedway.
When you can get down on the bottom like that right there, you can really pass a lot of people if you can get back in the throttle.
I can add, guys, yesterday when I talked to Jerry Nadu, he was telling me about the same thing that Larry did. They came here with the exact same setup they'd won the race with and run so good here. But this new tire, they had to take every bit of that stuff and throw it back in the truck and start all over again. And what they've been able to do is find out that, hey, put a little bit more right front spring in this thing, a little bit smaller front bar than what normally they'd run, and it really works out really well for them.
Gordon is having, our leader here, Jeff Gordon, he's having a heck of a time with Robert Presley there. He caught him, but he hadn't been able to get around him. Again, that's one of the cars that had to pit a little early because he spun through the... I believe you see the difference there. Now, Gordon's down under him, but he hadn't been able to make that pass.
Presley in the 77 gets that run off turn 4. He's just trying to stay on the lead lap as they come up on Kyle Petty in the 45 car. Robert Presley comes into this race 8th in the points, the highest he's ever been in his career.
He and Kyle in the 45 trying to stay on the lead lap.
And you see that high line, he gets just enough momentum off of the turn that he pulls right back ahead of Gordon. Gordon will drive up to him right into the turn, but he drives off there a little better.
Robbie Gordon made a pit stop. Here's Ricky Craven on pit road.
Well, these pit stops are going to be oh so critical. That in and out time.
Johnny Benson's in. Steve Park is also in.
And this is one of the few crews that's wearing all helmets. You see tire chasers, everybody's wearing helmets, Matt Yoakum.
He goes to work on the right front. A 4th tire stop for Johnny Benson. He said his car was a little tight there, going to adjust with air pressure. Second can is in, and he's down and away to Phoenix, Alaska.
Well, Saturday was Matt's birthday, the Jackman Jeff Vanderboss's birthday as well. How they celebrate preparing for today's race. And they took a half-pound out of the right rear and crushed the grill here in this stop.
Terry Labonte is in. Also Mike Wallace making pit stops under the green. And Kevin Harvick comes back after the lead.
The reason for that, Mike, is Gordon can't get around that 77 car. He's tried him high, low, every way. He can't get around him. That held him up. That allowed the 29 car to catch back up.
Johnny Benson scoots away. He's on fresh tires. He's run away from that group.
Not just right out of the picture is Sterling Marlin, who is catching up.
Rusty Wallace is in. Elliott Sadler has made his pit stop.
But I'm Robbie Loomis, Jeff Gordon's crew chief, and what I've told Jeff, look, we're a handful of laps from coming in the pits. Just don't get yourself in trouble, that 77 car. Let's just be cool here, be smooth. We'll be in here and get us 4 tires here shortly.
But I'm screaming, but he's holding me up. Go talk to his spotter. Tell him to get him out of my way.
Pole sitter Dale Jarrett comes in. Warren Burton, Mark Martin, John Andretti, Bobby Labonte.
Here they come.
And here come the leaders.
Bad time to pit, guys. Bad time.
Steve Burns.
Garrett in. They're going to make a track bar adjustment. The catch can man, Rick Colson, is the one that's going to make that adjustment. 4 tires for Dale Jarrett. Mike Trower on the front tires. Kevin Gilman on the rear tires. Dale Jarrett is down. Let's go to Matt Yoakum. Jeff Gordon already is installed. Shane Church and Todd Gann, the tire changer's already going to work. Young Steve Letarte coming around. He did make a chassis adjustment as he helps index the right rear, left rear tire. Second can in, down and away to Dick Berggren.
Sterling Marlin also in for 4 tires. They're very pleased with their race car. No major changes in the car. 16-second pit stop to Steve.
Kevin Harvick just made his stop. No adjustment to the number 29. They changed 4 tires, and he's off of pit road.
Pit stops continue. Jerry Nadu comes in. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Joe Nemechek, Tony Stewart, Michael Waltrip. Now, when you see where Nadu pits, or there's Tony Stewart, his crew getting service, routine stop. When Nadeau comes to a halt, right behind him is Jeff Gordon's pit. Gordon was the second team to pick a pit stall. So they picked a spot just in front of an opening so Jeff could get in cleanly. And they put another Hendrick car, Nadeau, right in front of him. Open space, Gordon, and by pitting Nadeau there, they won't pit him at the same time as Gordon, and Jeff will be able to get in and out clean. That's by design.
A bad time to pit because so many cars come on pit road at the same time. If I'd have had my spotter or my crew chief, I would have not come in that lap. I'd have made one more lap.
You know, at Daytona and Talladega, you always want to pit with people because you don't want to lose that draft. Anywhere else, including here in Atlanta, the best scenario is be on pit road by yourself, no traffic to deal with.
Hey, you let the dogs out. The new leader's Kenny Schrader.
Look at this. The 40 just drove right around the outside of the 24 car, Gordon, and he's motoring right along. And he was in third place when we went to when everybody started making their pit stops.
All right, Schrader's going to pit and give up the lead. So Mike Skinner, you're riding in the Lowe's cam with Skinner. Schrader just in front of him as they come down pit road.
6 away, 4 away, right here.
That was Royce McGee, the crew chief, counting Mike down. When you look down, a driver looks down pit road, all you see is a bunch of signs, so you kind of count yourself down. 10 away, 5 away, 2 away, you're here.
Robert Presley has picked up the lead.
Imagine that. I mean, he was holding off the leader just a few minutes ago.
All the way out. Tim, you got him. Ford, just stay wide there. What you see?
And now Presley will come in.
Boy, right now is when ins and outs are so crucial. How quickly you get to the end of pit road and how quickly you get back out on the racetrack.
Everybody has to run the same speed down pit road. It's 45 miles an hour. It's how you get through 3 and 4. Getting on the pit road can really make a difference.
Yeah, everybody makes fast stops, but you know what? I could literally stand up here now. I didn't think you could. Watch this race right here. The 40 and the 24 are having at it right now.
For the lead. Marlin just shoves it into the lead.
And he used Jeremy Mayfield in the 12 as a pick there.
It's green flag pit stop time at lap 141. Johnny Benson completes his service. Ward Burton is in. Mark Martin is done. And here comes Dale Jarrett. Terry Labonte, Kenny Wallace, and Kyle Petty pitting. Jeff Gordon, could he be out of fuel?
He's out of fuel, I believe.
Jeff Gordon just came on the radio and said there's something wrong. Then he came back out and said, I think it's out of fuel. He said he thinks he's out of fuel. It could be a long way down pit road for the guy who was leading the race.
He's not going to make it. He'll never make it around. He's almost stopped.
Steve Burns.
They added that pound of air pressure. They also made a wedge adjustment to the number 88. 4 tires for Dale Jarrett. He's down and away. Good stop for Dale Jarrett.
Right now is when I'd have my teammate coming down there and give me a little help. Come on, somebody give him a push.
Look at how far he's got to coast. He's in turn 4.
I'm really surprised he made it all the way around because he's not going very fast.
Larry, how does this happen?
Well, I'm questioning, did they get it full the last time? Because that was 60 laps, and everybody felt like they could at least run 62 or 63 laps, and he's just now halfway down pit road, Darrell.
How that happened is in inspection. They took away those big fuel cells. These guys don't know how to handle this 22 gallons of gas.
Matt.
Guys, get it started.
Cars. Number of teams had trouble in happy hour. Jeff Gordon's car does fire. Trying to dial in the race car, so did not do a lot of time, spending time on trying to get a good gauge on fuel mileage. So some teams did not get a good gauge coming in here. This 24 could be one. He's down in the way today.
Here's Earnhardt Jr. in his pit right now. They have got the new tire changer and carrier on the back end. And hey, you know what? It's working. They were the first ones to be done. Earnhardt stalls the car. Crew pushing it. He gets it going again. Earnhardt stalls. Hey, that was a nice stop for a pickup back tire changer.
Let's go.
Runs that high line, gets that run off turn 4.
One thing I noticed about Blaney back there earlier in the run, he can go high or low. I saw him dive under a couple of guys down low in 3 and 4 and went right by him.
That's one car you don't want to let back on the lead lap, Jeff Gordon.
He will come back to haunt you.
Yes.
Boy, Blaney got way out next to the wall off of 2 that time. Running side by side like that makes it really difficult.
How about Jeff Gordon's teammate, Jerry Nadeau, the 25 car? He's going to go up there. He's going to try to take the lead as well.
Gordon squeaks his way past as Nadeau positions to take a bit of the air off of Blaney's spoiler.
Kevin Harvick in the white 29 car. He's moving in position 2 as well. It's going to get good, guys.
Oh, this could get ugly. You know?
This is getting good.
This could get ugly.
A great pit stop for Harvick put him 3rd. Now,
Nadeau, he can't decide which line he wants to take. Falls in behind his teammate going into turn 3.
Blaney just needs to really bide his time here. He's got a better car than the other 2 guys, and their teammates got to take that into consideration.
And did Nadeau lining up with Gordon in the back straightaway, did that help Gordon get a better push off into turn 3, Darrell?
That's exactly what his spotter was saying. You've got to push. In other words, you got somebody behind you to help you get out front.
Now Blaney is still the leader. Gordon is now on the tail end of the lead lap.
This is where spirits. You need to really, really mind your manners here. Use your spirits and don't get in trouble here, guys.
You know what makes me feel good about being up here in the TV booth, DW? Look at Dave Blaney, Jerry Nadeau, Kevin Harvick. This is the future of Winston Cup racing. We're just starting to see these guys.
That's right. Of course, Gordon's there to lead them on.
Blaney's won more than 200 sprint car races in his career. 5 times he's finished 1st or 2nd in the World of Outlaws.
One thing he just doesn't want to do right at this point is get frustrated. Just bide your time, buddy. You got a better car than those other guys. You're going to pull ahead of them. Just don't overdo it. That a boy. Nice and smooth off 4. You're going to pull away from them. Once they get single file, he's long gone.
I know this is trivial, but the number 93 has never gone to victory lane in a Winston Cup race. The best finish for that car number was back in 1951, 3rd place.
Wow.
Of course, there's a reason he has that number on the car. Has something to do with the sponsor, I think.
Right,
but,
93 octane.
And Dave Blaney here dominating this race in a Dodge. It just makes me think that 2 years ago here at Atlanta, Georgia, the Dodge people come south to look at the Atlanta racetrack, look at racing, to make their decision whether they want to go racing or not.
Man, got a race going on right here. Look at this. Holy cow, 3 wide. They came by the start-finish line here. Just a little bit of sheet metal was being rubbed.
How about my old team there, Mike Skinner, in that 31 car? He was about to go a lap down. Actually did go a lap down earlier. He's done worked himself back to 11th. Looks like the adjustments they made on that car has put him in the right direction.
He's back in the high line again. Matt, what's wrong with 93?
Hey, Dave Blaney just came on the radio that something may be wrong with the right rear tire. He's not sure. Left side tires, they believe, maybe left side tires. Might want to keep an eye on the left rear because they were still working the lugs when he started leaving. Tommy Hubert zipped the gun in there. They thought they got him, but maybe they have one loose. It does have a vibration.
And a lot of drivers in yesterday's Busch race, Darrell, think they had a vibration. Come in and get a couple tires, find out they didn't.
Yeah, there's something odd going on. Mark Martin came in earlier with a tire problem. There's something about this new tire situation, the new tires that they got, that the guys seem to be having a vibration with.
For more, here's Dick.
Well, talking about vibrations, Mike, this is what we're seeing on the tires and wheels that are coming off the cars. This is a coated wheel, but look at this. There's tire buildup on the inside. This is all we've got for wheel weight on the inside of the car, and you can pretty well believe that that weight on the other side from old tires could offset the wheel weight.
The 93's on pit road. He's coming down. Whatever it is, it's bad enough he thinks he's got to stop.
Well, at 190 miles an hour, you don't dare gamble.
No. He's got a fast car. He'll get back in this race.
Matt?
Dave Blaney finally comes to a halt. He does have a lug missing on the left rear. There is a lug missing. That's probably why he had the vibration. A costly stop for Dave Blaney, who was leading this race and starting to run away. He's down and away. Heartbreak in the 93 pit.
Well, that's a great pit stop. Unfortunately, he just didn't need that. You can't fault Dave Blaney for anything that he's done today. He has driven an absolutely perfect race, and he was in a position to win this thing. I'm not going to count him out yet, but he just dug himself a pretty deep hole.
So Jerry Nadeau picks up the lead. Kevin Harvick and Sterling Marlin right there, nose to tail, 2nd and 3rd.
Guys, here we go again. We talked about it earlier, Darrell. Don't beat yourself. Under caution, what do? They get in a little bit of a hurry, and it costs them big. Now they got to go back and scrap and claw here with a less than 100 laps to go to try to get back to where they should be already in the lead.
Yeah, it's a little late in the day to get yourself in trouble like this. Hard to make up a lap when you get down near the end.
Right, Dave Blaney did lose a lap, making that green flag pit stop. Matt Kenseth and Ricky Rudd, who were two of those cars that were penalized for pitting too soon on the prior caution, are back up to 5th and 6th, as you watch from the Haviland onboard cam of Ricky Rudd.
And look how close, right up to the wall. I mean, there's no room at all. There's no room for margin for error whatsoever.
Earnhardt Jr. passed Rudd. He was another of those drivers who were penalized. It wasn't a big penalty, but it was to the end of the lead lap car.
Well, actually, the end of the longest line is where you go back to.
Jerry Nadeau, boy, has his story turned around since the start of the day. If you've been with us all the way, you saw on lap 2 where he and Michael Waltrip touched, and Nadeau's 25 went spinning into the front stretch grass. 5 drivers had to take to the grass to evasive action. Now he is our leader.
Sometimes you got to be lucky. Sometimes you got to be good, and then some days you're both.
Bobby Labonte moving up past Ricky Rudd. That will put Labonte in 7th place.
Yeah.
Got a lot to do down there on pit road in 16 seconds, Jeff Hammond.
That's right, Mike. I'm sure everybody at home right now is wondering what happened on that 93 car of Dave Blaney when he come into pits. Whose fault was it? Why did the crew chief make him stop and put the nut back on? What goes on during a pit stop, and the way I look at it is the jack man is kind of like the quarterback. He starts this thing, he goes out, he jacks the car up on the right side. He's not supposed to drop it on the right until they got the lug nuts tight enough to where they can be let down. He comes around, he jacks the left side up, and he's not supposed to drop that jack. He knows that those tires are on there and tight. So sometimes when you're looking for who's got to make that call, it's not always the crew chief. It could be the jack man. He's the one that makes the final call. He's the one that drops the jack and tells the driver to go. The 88 car looks like a Dale Jarrett. He's making a move up through the field. Back to you, Mike.
The UPS cam on board Jarrett, who presently is in 4th place, right behind Sterling Marlin.
Well, that team's one of the best. I've said it before. They're one of the best at taking an eel-handling car and just keep tweaking on that thing. Little tire pressure, little wedge adjustment. First thing you know, there they are in your rearview mirror.
Definitely, Dale Jarrett does a great job of telling Todd Parrott, his crew chief, what it's doing. Todd Parrott does a great job orchestrating the changes that makes that thing better toward the end of the day. Here you see wide open throttle down into turn 3. Down the middle of turn 3 and 4, falls down about 158 miles an hour. RPM start crawling back up, down the tri-oval, wide open throttle. Start and finish line right there. Still wide open, 8,600, 86, 8,800, 193 miles an hour off into turn 1.
That tells me he has picked up the pace. When he's doing 188, turning that many RPM, he's after it.
We'll keep an eye on him. Right now, he is 3.1 seconds off the lead. Behind Jarrett is Matt Kenseth. Behind Kenseth, Dale Earnhardt Jr. This race is for 5th place.
And Junior had to fight his way back from that, longest line restart too. So he's done a great job of getting himself back in the race. Harvick's up there in 2nd, and we got a car slow down here in turn 4. Kyle Petty.
Remember, this is the first race that he has been in since Daytona. Missed the last 2 races at Rockingham and Las Vegas.
And that's how you get behind. That's how you get behind on everything. Car development, engine development. When you don't run the races, you can't make your car better.
Kyle Petty has gone to the garage as we watch Matt Kenseth and Dale Earnhardt battle. For more on Matt Kenseth, Jeannie.
Well, guys, Jeff was just talking about life in the pits. Phil Dry, the front tire changer, actually has a broken finger. It happened 2 pit stops ago while he was changing a tire. They've taped it up, and actually Matt's last pit stop was their best of the day, so he's staying out there.
Thanks, Jeannie. We saw Sterling Marlin get past Kevin Harvick. That's 2nd place.
Martin's fixed to get passed again by Dale Jarrett on the 88, right up against him at the start-finish line, going out into turn 1, has the momentum, takes the position away.
And that car bobbling, the 29 car bobbling that way, it's just all the air coming off the front of Dale Jarrett's car. It literally blows him over when he gets up beside of it. I think the 93's back on pit road, guys.
Oh, Martin's in trouble up in turn 2, and caution is out.
And 93's on pit road.
Job of hanging on, buddy. At least the car ain't hurt.
Now the 93 shoots straight through. Will Jerry Nadeau let Jeff Gordon have his lap back?
Oh, by all means.
Yes, teammates.
He better.
And Martin will coast toward the garage. Now, here's Nadeau coming around to the caution flag.
Well, he's way ahead of Gordon right here, so he's got to about lock it down to give Gordon. I'm telling you, that's when the guys on the roof are hollering, back it down, let Jeff get his lap back.
And they're having to do it in a big hurry.
In a hurry, because they wasn't expecting the caution.
Martin takes it straight to the garage. Whoa, and almost, well, he misses the turn.
Oil on his tires. A lot of oil on the tires, and he just couldn't get it turned in there. Plus, he rode around on the bottom of the racetrack. Tires get built up on him, she won't turn.
Joe Nemechek's crew had to jump for cover. Close call. Here's what happened down in turn 1.
Right where she turns the most RPM, Larry. Right about 8,800 right there. They just won't take that. 500 miles is hard on these engines.
Boy, look at it. He had his hands full, oil getting all underneath those rear wheels. He chases up the racetrack. You heard one of the crew members say, good job hanging on. Pit road is a busy place again.
And guess who gets to come in with the leaders?
Jeff Gordon.
Jeffy Boy.
Matt?
And Jerry Nadeau comes in as the leader. His car still tight. They're going to adjust with more air pressure and a chassis adjustment. Let's go to Dick Berger.
Sterling Marlin in for 4 tires as well. This will be just 4 tires. No chassis adjustments at all. Darren Wolf on the front. 25 cars out. Fishney Burns.
Dick, this time they made no adjustments to the 88 of Dale Jarrett. The 40 is out. Kevin Harvick right behind. And surprise, surprise, again, no adjustments to that number 29. He's just going to drive the wheels off of it.
That was a pretty close call on pit road with the 40 and the 25 car.
Again.
Yeah, again.
And Jeff Gordon back on the lead lap. Thanks to an Alphonse and Gaston routine.
Here we got the left rear off the 93 car. They've got to have a lug stud problem. They've been having trouble with that left rear. They've got to have a lug problem. This is the left rear tire off Dave Blaney's rolling down the backstretch here.
Can you imagine the heartbreak to have a car that good, a car capable of winning a Winston Cup race, and have a failure like that?
Matt, what's going on with him?
Guys, he was going to hit pit road when the caution came out, so he drove on through. He was complaining something did not feel right. It felt like the left rear tire was going to come off, but they did not want to lose any more time, so he went back out, and now even more trouble for the 93 car of Dave Blaney.
At Atlanta Motor Speedway, this is what 120,000 plus came to see, a shootout. 22 laps to go. Can Jerry Nadeau make it 2 in a row? Can Dale Jarrett put the Ford in victory lane for the first time this year? Can Kevin Harvick win in only his 3rd Winston Cup race? Can 4th place Dale Earnhardt Jr. be the 3rd Dale Earnhardt Incorporated driver to win this year? And can Jeff Gordon come from a lap down to make it 2 in a row?
Man, I don't know. I can't answer all those questions right now, but
no answers.
But I know it's going to be sighting. I know that. It's going to be sighting.
Right behind that top 5. Reed Morton, Nelson Bowers, Tom Beard. They own Schrader's and Benson's cars, which are 6th and 7th. They all went to the University of Georgia together, so this is their homecoming, and they're going to have a pretty good finish today with both those cars. All right, Cracker Barrel 500 is set to go back to green.
Here we come. Hammer down. He spun the tires a little bit, Nadeau did, but he got off. All right, got the 96. Andy Houston. Michael got in the back of him on a restart there. He spun him around. I don't think there'll be a caution.
Well,
he'll get going.
They're holding on the flag. Looks like we're going to stay green.
That's a tough place to be in for Houston. If you stay there, no caution, you lose a lap. If you take off again, no caution, you lose a lap.
There will be no caution. We'll stay green.
Michael got into the back of him. He shot up there. Michael did, and I don't know if maybe 96 car just didn't get going something.
If this race stays green, we'll stay with it all the way to the checkered flag on Fox. Here's Gordon battling Benson once again. That 24 Chevrolet of Jeff Gordon, presently 5th, picked up a spot from Benson that time.
This car seems to be one of the few that still likes that high line. The rest of them have all kind of tried to find the bottom. He's got that good high line and got that momentum off the corner. That's how Dale Earnhardt won the race here last fall, beat Bobby Labonte off of 4 back to the line, running that high side.
Who do you like now, Darrell?
I like Gordon now.
Jerry Nadeau, Dale Jarrett, 1st and 2nd.
I'm liking him better every lap.
Couple car lengths apart.
He's got to get by these cats, and we're running out of time. A big old Big Ben is ticking away. Tick, 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 tick.
18 to go.
18 to go.
And he's 1.7 seconds back. What do you think, Larry?
I don't know. He's going to have to race these other guys. That's the thing. He's got 3 cars in front of him, including that 8 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. He gets way up high. On turn 2, almost scrapes that wall.
That just tells you how hard he's trying. I mean, he's using up every bit of the racetrack, trying to close down on the leaders.
All 3 of the Rick Hendrick-owned cars in the top 7 positions. Terry Labonte is 7th.
Yeah, and the old Iceman, he just kind of slipped himself up in there, didn't he?
There's the interval again. Gordon 1.7 back. Pretty constant.
Or is that Tony? Tony might be driving that car right now.
No, it's Terry.
Oh, it's Terry?
17 to go.
You looked in there lately?
It went by so fast I wasn't sure.
You don't have to sugarcoat it if you don't want to.
Check the interval back again.
20 car, 4 car, Jeff Gordon. He is the fastest right now. Look at him all over the rear bumper. The 8 car Dale Earnhardt Jr. Catching him one thing, getting by him another, though.
Boy, he's got to get by these cars pretty quick if he's going to have a shot at catching Nadeau. Dale Jr. really rocketed off of the 2nd turn back there that time, Larry. I mean, he drove off and left Gordon.
But, you know, Jarrett's holding his own. Larry, is he holding for a late run, or is he giving it all he's got?
Well, what we got to remember, he's got older tires than anybody. Look at him down to the bottom right there. He's got older tires than anybody, and I think he is. He's trying not to abuse those tires. We heard earlier Todd Perry tell him, don't use that right front up. They're telling him how many laps to go. I think he's going to go after him here shortly.
Well, here's the whole thing. Boy, Nadeau just bobbled. Nadeau just bobbled in the middle of the corner there. Here's the whole thing. They would have come in on that last caution and gotten tires if they didn't think they were doing the right thing. They're happy with their car. They had a chance to put tires on it. They didn't. They know what they're doing.
And remember, the longer we run under green, the better Jarrett's car has been today.
It has been that way all day long. He is right on the rear bumper here, Jerry Nadeau now.
But by the same token, he can't mess around too long behind Nadeau because Harvick, Dale Jr., and Jeff Gordon are within a football field of each other.
They're there. They are within a second.
13 laps to go. 13.
Here we come.
Still turning about 8,700 down there.
Well, the sun's getting bad, getting down in the
I know.
one now.
Old windshield's all pitted up. But you know what he sees? He sees that victory lane. He sees that checkered flag, and buddy, that'll clear up your vision in a hurry.
Now there are your 2 leaders, Nadeau and Jarrett. They've got company. Harvick, Earnhardt Jr., Gordon.
That's all the top 5 cars right there.
5 cars, 12 laps to go.
We've been racing 3.5 hours, almost 500 miles, and we still got 5 cars here that could win the race. There ain't another form of racing in the world that can make that claim.
And next weekend we head to NASCAR's oldest super speedway built for stock car racing, Darlington, South Carolina, for more of the same. What a season this has been.
If every other series in the world run 500 miles every Sunday, they'd have 3 cars running at the finish. 3 cars running.
Look at these cars. Everybody's running different lines. They're searching now. It's 11 laps to go. Where am I faster? Up high. Where am I better? Down low.
Well, that's that crew chief saying, come on, buddy, we're running out of time. They're counting them down here. We got 10 to go. You got anything left, but use it now.
Fastest car on the racetrack remains that number 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Boy, you can just see every now and then a car like the second, third, or fourth place car get a huge shot, and they really close the gap.
This time around, it's Gordon who's quickest.
A lot of that has to do with where they are on the racetrack. You're getting a little help down the straightaway, getting a little draft, but it's really messing them up when they try to make a pass.
10 to go.
Richard Childress with the Kevin Harvick. Boy, here comes Harvick. Here comes Harvick. Man, he drove that thing in there, and he got back to the gas in a hurry. You watch him go down in the corner here. He's a little slower on the straightaway, seems like, than Jarrett is, but man, he drives it in there.
Jeff Gordon, oh, look, Terry Labonte the fastest this time. He's not with this group, though. He's behind him with no traffic right now.
His cornflakes have done got soft. He ain't got time to do anything.
Harvick is hustling up toward those two leaders, but does he have enough time? He seems to have a fast enough car.
He can really get into turn 3. That's where I see him making the big move. He really drives it into 3. You've heard the drivers talk about a little loose in 3 and 4, a little tight in 1 and 2. I believe that's where he is.
If Jarrett's got anything left, he can't wait because Harvick's going to be all over him. He's got to go after Nadeau now.
And I can't help but believe we talked about it earlier. Look at the run Harvick gets there in the 29 car off the corner. What happens when these cars get this close behind each other? You can catch them because of them taking the front downforce off. You can't go by them.
Dale Jarrett got up high off of turn 2 that time, got a lot of run down the back straightaway. He's trying to high line now, but he better not open that bottom up because here comes Harvick.
Boy, look at Harvick in the middle of the corner. Get under Dale Jarrett for second place.
That's the last thing Dale Jarrett wanted to see was somebody up there racing him when he's trying to figure out how to set that Nadeau car up.
And that's the best thing Jerry Nadeau wanted to see is them too wide in his mirror. Harvick can't complete the pass.
Jarrett gets a great run off of 2. That high line, he's back in the throttle. He's pulling a lot of straightaway speed. Here comes Dale Jr. up on the outside of Harvick. Dale Jarrett's going to the bottom. He says, all right, I've played around here long enough. It's time to go.
Harvick's going to follow him in the 29 car.
Now watch Jarrett for the lead.
And they touch at the start-finish line.
And around the outside.
Here comes Harvick.
3 wide.
3 wide. Here comes Dale Jr. They're all over each other now.
Jr.'s run was blocked by Jarrett. And Harvick not getting into turn 3 as well that side.
Look at Gordon getting that run. Runs up on the back of Dale Earnhardt Jr. all the way up to the top of the racetrack.
I don't think Dale Jr. will get. Well, he's going to get
3 wide line. Harvick the leader. Harvick eased it into 3 to get a good run off 4, and it got him the lead.
5 laps to go.
This is ingredients for a 5-car wreck. This is incredible.
Look at them. They're all over the place, high, low, and in the middle.
And Harvick clears Nadeau for the lead.
Dale Jarrett, he gets loose up there off turn 2, falls back and forth.
Jeff Gordon's up in the 3rd place. They go down in the 3rd turn. Gordon's going to go high on the outside. He's back in the gas. He's going to drive alongside Nadeau.
Junior on the bottom, can't do anything with Jarrett. Loosens up Jarrett.
Boy, Jarrett and Dale Jr. almost.
Now, remember, as Harvick's wife looks on, Delana.
Brand new wife, by the way.
That's right.
1 week old.
Now, remember, Gordon owes Nadeau a favor. He's going to try to help push Jerry Nadeau to the lead. And Dale Jr. is out of it. Earnhardt has cut down a right front tire.
Burnt the right front tire off of that thing. Here comes Gordon to the underneath. He's going to come underneath Nadeau.
This is exactly what Harvick wants, though. These guys running side by side. Look at the distance he's done put on them.
3 laps to go.
And right now, this is when, hey, buddy, let me go. I can win this race.
I thought last year's photo finish was a thriller. This may be better.
Well, here comes Heartbreak down pit road. I know we're watching the race. Dale Jr. down the pit road. Flat right front tire. Gordon goes into 2nd place. Harvick's got his work cut out for him now.
I don't know if you're sitting down at home, but there's 120,000 people on their feet here at Atlanta.
And here comes Jeff Gordon closing down on Harvick.
Kevin Harvick trying to become only the 5th driver in NASCAR history to win in only his 3rd Winston Cup start.
And I know Richard Childress has got to be jumping up and down with joy right now, no matter what happens.
And somewhere, too, must be Dale Earnhardt, because this is his car that Kevin Harvick is driving. The paint is different, the number's different. But not since Dan Gurney in 1963 at Riverside, California, as a driver won in his 3rd start.
Jeff Gordon's going to give it all he's got this time. He's going to try to go down bottom. He's going to try to get down under him.
Gets a good run there in the middle of 3 and 4. They'll be coming for the white flag right here. 1 lap to go.
The Childress team trying to go to victory lane for the 2nd year in a row in this race.
We had a photo finish here last race. We're getting ready for another one, folks. Get up off your seats. Here they go.
For 2 in a row, trying to set him up.
Gordon's going to make the big move on the inside when they get down here to turn 3. Slow car might be in the way. Here he comes. He's going to drive it to the bottom.
Oh, Harvick's leaving a lot of bottom open.
The slow car is going to be in the way.
Just like a year ago, he's going to get him, though. He's going to get him. Gordon got loose. It's Harvick.
Harvick by inches. Harvick by inches. Harvick by inches. What a race. What a finish.
How did Jeff Gordon hang on to that car that loose off turn 4?
We got him. Tell me we got him.
29 car. You got him, buddy. Harvick, you got him.
By 6/1000ths of a second.
Nice job.
Look at this.
Man.
For the win.
That is ever so
6/1000ths of a second. A replay of a year ago with Dale Earnhardt and Bobby Labonte.
That's an incredible finish. What a job for that young man.
Somewhere up there, I think Dale's smiling.
And Dale is jumping up and down right now. Good job,
I hope
guys.
so.
Where is it?
Folks, this is Dale Earnhardt's car and team. And Kevin Harvick, the young man Richard Childress tapped, is doing a John Force down the front straightaway. Look at Kevin Harvick as the fans saluted Dale with the number 3 on the 3rd lap. Kevin Harvick salutes him on the way to victory lane.
If I was him, I'd run that thing out of gas riding around here.
What could be more fitting? What could be more special? It's another clean sweep for Chevrolet. Top 3 positions, Harvick, Gordon, and Nadeau, as you have a look down through the results, and we're still trying to catch our breath.
Well, I tell you, he says somebody's watching Olin. We know who it is, and it's Dale Earnhardt. We have not had a green flag lap yet with the 3rd lap. We've been under caution every time. That's Dale, and this is Dale today. His presence is being felt even now, and it feels good to know he's still a part of this.
Well, you know, you think about that, and just the big heartbreak of the day, though, was Dave Blaney led all those laps, looked like nobody could catch him, ends up 34th position after the left rear tire runoff.
If you believe in storybook finishes, this was your day. Kevin Harvick, a winner for Richard Childress Racing, driving for the team with which Dale Earnhardt had done so well. Well, Jeff Gordon led the most laps today, and thus he is our Winston Cup point leader for the first time since the 1999 Daytona 500. Jeff Gordon's in front, Dale Jarrett. How about Johnny Benson there in 3rd?